In your 20s, weight felt predictable. Eat more, gain a little. Train harder, lose it quickly. Then your 30s arrive. Suddenly, the same meals lead to more fat gain. The same workouts produce slower results. The scale becomes stubborn. It feels unfair. But it isn't random. Your metabolism doesn't collapse in your 30s. It shifts. And those shifts are hormonal. Let's start with the quiet change most people never notice. Muscle mass. Beginning in your 30s, muscle gradually declines if it isn't actively maintained. Muscle tissue burns more calories at rest than fat tissue. When muscle declines, your resting metabolic rate declines with it. This means you burn fewer calories doing absolutely nothing. The problem is subtle. You don't feel muscle loss happening. But your metabolism feels the difference. Now layer stress on top of that. Your 30s often bring career pressure, family responsibilities, financial strain, and time scarcity. Chronic stress elevates cortisol. Cortisol isn't bad. It's protective. But when it stays elevated, it changes how your body stores energy. High cortisol increases abdominal fat storage. It also increases cravings for quick carbohydrates. This is why belly fat often appears first. Now add sleep. Sleep becomes lighter and more fragmented in your 30s. Less deep sleep means higher cortisol, lower insulin sensitivity, reduced growth hormone release. Growth hormone supports fat breakdown and muscle repair. When sleep declines, fat burning declines quietly alongside it.
Here's where the real frustration begins.
You respond logically. You eat less. You add more cardio. You try to outwork the problem. But aggressive calorie restriction lowers metabolic rate further. The body adapts. Energy expenditure drops. Hunger increases. Cravings intensify. You're fighting your biology instead of supporting it. Now, let's talk about estrogen and testosterone. Even before menopause, hormonal fluctuations begin to widen. Estrogen influences where fat is stored. When estrogen signaling shifts, fat distribution shifts toward the midsection. Testosterone, in both men and women, supports muscle retention. As it slowly declines, maintaining lean tissue becomes harder. This compounds the muscle loss problem. Layer insulin sensitivity on top of that. As muscle declines and stress increases, the body becomes slightly less efficient at managing glucose. Insulin stays elevated longer after meals. Higher insulin favors fat storage, especially abdominal fat. This isn't dramatic, it's gradual, and that's why it's so frustrating. The same systems that changed can be influenced. You don't need to reverse aging. You need to send better signals. Signal 1, strength training. Resistance training tells the body to preserve muscle. More muscle increases resting energy expenditure. Even 2 to 3 sessions per week can slow or reverse muscle decline. Strength training doesn't just burn calories during the workout. It changes how many calories you burn every hour after. Signal 2, protein sufficiency. Protein supports muscle repair and maintenance. It also increases the thermic effect of food. Digesting protein requires more energy than digesting carbohydrates or fat. That slightly increases daily calorie burn. Protein also stabilizes blood sugar, reducing cravings later. Signal 3, stress regulation. You cannot ignore cortisol in your 30s. Morning light exposure, consistent sleep timing, boundaries around work and digital stimulation. These reduce chronic stress signaling. Lower cortisol reduces abdominal fat storage signals. Signal 4. Smarter cardio. Endless, steady-state cardio increases stress load. Strategic movement, walking, moderate bursts, and resistance training improves insulin sensitivity without spiking cortisol. Metabolism prefers balanced stress, not chronic overload. Signal 5. Recovery. Deep sleep is metabolic repair time. When sleep improves, growth hormone increases, and insulin sensitivity improves. Hunger hormones normalize. This alone can restore fat loss momentum. Weight gain in your 30s isn't failure, it's feedback. Your body is asking for muscle support, better recovery, lower stress. When those are addressed, fat loss becomes possible again. Here's what changes when you align with biology instead of fighting it. Energy stabilizes. Cravings soften. Belly fat becomes responsive instead of stubborn. The scale stops feeling hostile. The goal isn't to eat less forever. The goal is to raise the quality of metabolic signals. Build muscle. Fuel properly. Manage stress.
Sleep deeply.
Those 4 levers control far more than calorie math alone. Hormonal weight gain in your 30s isn't permanent. And once you understand what shifted, you can shift it back. Not overnight, but steadily and sustainably.